Hey, what's up? It's Owen from Real Social Dynamics. Got my little microphone going here. I'm up at XS in Vegas. Today what we're going to talk about is self-perception. You, hello. Sorry. I'm going to be drunk. I apologize. I didn't mean to grab at you. Okay?
It's okay.
What I want you to do is to go out tonight. Okay, in fact, I want you to go out every night if you can, any night that you're free. But I want you to go out tonight and look in the mirror. Just sit there and look at the mirror yourself and think, how attractive do I look? And I want you to put your focus on every single thing that makes you insecure about yourself. Maybe your hair, maybe you're losing your hair, maybe your outfit, maybe something about your body, maybe your height, whatever it is. Now I want you to take the different instructions that I've given you over the years on Pickup, which I hope you've been following them. I want you to go out and have an epic fucking night. I want you to make out with like tons of different girls, maybe get laid, maybe laugh your ass off, whatever it is. And on your way home, I want you to look in the mirror again. And I want you to notice how the way that you feel about how you look has completely changed. You feel like you look fucking amazing. Any insecurity that you had is gone. All that you see is the positive. So instead of your reticular activation system, which is basically what you focus on versus what you screen out, instead of your RAS focusing on the negative in your appearance, all that you can focus on is the positive. Look at my pupils right now. I'm like, God damn, it looks so cool. Blue eyes, I got this like ginger beard. It's like cool ginger hair. It's falling out, but it's so cool, you know? It's like fucking jacket. It's incredible. Look at this watch. Look at my skin color. Look at how it bounces out. Look how I talk. Look at how I move. Look at how I sound. Feel myself like talking, like that resonance in my chest feels fucking awesome. I just look at it, I feel good instantly. If I look into the mirror, I feel so good. Like, just instantly puts me in state. It's like, I remember I'm me, I'm that guy. Yes, yes. Okay, very strange, right? But again, it's like, even during sex, fucking a gorgeous girl, I can't stop looking at myself. It's fucking amazing. And that is called your reticular activation system massively diluting yourself to think that you're the fucking shit. And that's why you go up to go, hey, come here. What's up, girl? Come here. Right, just like that, because in your mind, you feel like she's the one who's winning. You could have all these different flaws in your appearance, but if you're coming across the right way with the girl, she's gonna think that you look much better looking than you are, taller than you are, handsomer than you are, more jacked than you are, whatever it is. In fact, if you're even a little bit jacked, the girls are gonna think you're completely jacked. If you're even a little bit good looking, the girls are gonna think that you're completely good looking. And even if you look terrible, they're gonna think you look interesting. Okay, so how do you accomplish that? Well, first of all, the number one thing is being yourself. What does that mean? Basically, it means that you're not being a tryhard at all. Now, if you're a negative, toxic weirdo, you might think to yourself, well, does that give me an excuse to keep being a negative, toxic weirdo? The answer is no. That's not you being yourself. Rather, that's you in a certain weird haze. Being yourself is who you are when you're fully present, when you're in the now, when life is good, you're feeling good. That's when you're gonna act how you're naturally acting. So if you look at me now, I'm present, just acting how I naturally act, okay? If I got into some horrible, horrible mood, that's called a mood. Right now I'm not in a mood, this is just me present. This is me being who I am. So if you go out being who you are, what you'll find is that the girl wants your validation. And the reason why is because she can sense that you're not trying at all. So the fact that you're not trying at all causes the girl to want your validation. And what happens as a result of that is that her RAS begins to focus on all of your good qualities. Now conversely, if you're not being yourself and you're being try-hard, her reticular activation system will begin to focus on all of your bad qualities. You don't want that now, do you? You've probably seen this happen in relationships where maybe you had the power in the relationship because the girl was bought in, okay? The girl was bought into your attractiveness. And suddenly, you know, you lost your mojo, you lost your swagger. The girl became less and less attracted to you, and all of a sudden she was no longer bought into you. And she viewed you as very unattractive, and everything that you did to even try to get her back just dug you deeper and deeper into the hole. So have you ever had that experience where, just like I said, at the start of the night, you feel like you look stupid or you look ugly, and at the end of the night, after having a wild night, you feel like you look great? Well, women have that same experience of you in a relationship where they think you're really cute and good looking. You could have a small, tiny penis and they think it's cute. I don't want some big thing poking me. I like his tiny little penis.
Have you ever had sex with a man with a tiny penis?
I did.
What was it like?
It was good.
Good.
Surprisingly,
Because he was able to.
Because he was able to do that, and
I don't know how to do that.
Wait a minute.
She's like, oh, he's short, he's the perfect height. Well, of course, once she loses interest in you, she goes, he wasn't the perfect height, he was fucking short. But at the time, she completely told herself that. Okay, you know, you might have like a little belly, and she's like, I love your belly, baby, I love it, right? She comes out of the relationship, she's like, God, I didn't like that, it was horrible, he's fucking fat, right? But when you had the power in the relationship and she was into you, her reticular activation system was looking at you in a good way. Interesting. Well, let's talk about how this actually also feeds into you maintaining a girlfriend in the long term. Say a really hot girlfriend. So you've got a really hot girlfriend. Everywhere you go, everyone's giving you props on being with this girl. They're complimenting her. They're pumping into her head. And you say to yourself, how could I possibly be somebody who keeps that girl? Well, again, it's how her reticular activation system is perceiving you. What's really interesting about being a man is that you can decide what you value out of life and what you think is cool. And if the girl buys in, she's gonna begin to take on those values. So for example, if a girl's dating me, probably some of my values are guys that work really hard, are fucking amazing, guys that are cool, that are funny, that have swagger, guys that travel, that read a lot, that take care of themselves. So whereas a girl who was previously dating other guys might like to date guys that do coke and party, once she's been dating me, she'll probably look at other guys that do that as fucking idiots. She'll look at people putting bad food in their body as fucking idiots. She'll look at guys that aren't motivated and hardworking as a fucking idiot. Meanwhile, the last guy she dated might have had all those qualities. He might have been a fucking partier or not work at all. Fucking, you know, in my view, what's called a loser, what other people might just call laid back. You see what I'm saying? But if that girl likes you, and let's say that you say that you're me, I have those qualities, and she likes me, she's gonna start to value that. So she might meet some taller, better looking guy, but she's like, nah, he's not cute, I'm not attracted to him, he doesn't work hard enough, I bet. You know, he doesn't take care of his body, I bet you he's eating a Big Mac after the club, you know, or getting high or drunk. Gross, right? Because she's bought into my value system. Of course, if she loses attraction to me, she might be like, God, I never even cared about that. I should just lay back. If I want to eat a fucking Big Mac, fucking Big Mac, eat a Big Mac. If you want to take a day off, right? It just depends on the value system that she's brought into. And what's so cute and sweet about women is that when they like a guy and they give themselves to you, and she really gives herself to you, your tiny penis is the cutest thing in the fucking world, man. Your little Buddha belly is the cutest little thing. She wants to sleep on it. The fact that you come too fast, she loves it. That you're so attracted to her that you can't stop yourself. If you fuck her forever, every other guy that can't fuck her forever is a fucking loser because he couldn't fuck her good enough. You see what I'm saying here? Basically, you have to know who you are and what you value out of life. God, I love travel. Look at this, I'm out in Vegas, XS. Listen, I'm gonna come back here and pull. Now it's time to eat a fucking awesome steak. Get jacked, nice and lean. Look at this, Steve Wynn Steakhouse. This should be called OC Steakhouse. All meant just to entertain me. Look at these little balls, so interesting. God, I love life. Totally like introspective and deep. Now I'm just sitting here, eating my steak. It's so good. OC Steakhouse, nothing but the best. Got fucking girls just like ready to feed me at a moment's notice. It tastes amazing. All that would make this better is if she touched my tiny penis. Made me feel so good. That's what it's all about. And when you know who you are and what you value out of life, the girl gets sucked into it. She gets basically conditioned on your values. But the key is that buy-in, right? So buy-in is a concept that I sort of picked up when I went to a Tony Robbins seminar, because I noticed that Anthony Robbins was constantly trying to establish a buy-in with the people that were at the seminar, and the people were completely bought in, and they're totally bought into Tony's values. It was a little bit of a freaky experience. It made me realize how people probably feel when they see, you know, people that are into RSD, they say something that conflicts with that, and those people are like, that's not true. Tyler would say different, right? And people are like, oh my God, dude, you're fucking like way bought into this guy. And, you know, I get it how that would feel, because I went to the Tony Robbins seminar, I had that experience too. But of course, Tony Robbins wants people to buy in because he wants their reticular activation system to completely focus on what he's saying and for them to take action on it. He wants them to see the value of it. And, you know, a lot of people have said to me like, oh dude, you know, you're really into reading, and because of that, it got me into reading. You're into health, and that got me into health. Or you're into game, that got me into game. So in the same way, you know, you have to establish the buy-in on the girl. You want her to buy in because you want her to be attracted to you. What's really cool with women too is that when you're sleeping with her, when you're having sex with her, she wants to get herself off really hard. Well, what do you think she's gonna do to get herself off really hard? She's gonna be thinking and cycling about how hot and fucking sexy and attractive you are, because it gets her off harder to feel like she's with a hot guy, right? So it's actually in her benefit to feel like she's with this hot guy and to buy in further and further into you, your attractiveness, your values, et cetera, et cetera. Well, again, let's bring this back full circle out of relationships now down to the initial pickup. When you go to the girl and you're being yourself, you're being that cool guy who's just present, doing what you do, all of your attractive characteristics come to the surface for her, and she's gonna really like it. Conversely, when you're not being like that, you're being a try-hard, her reticular activation system says, well, why is he being a tryhard? Oh, it's because he's short. He's balding. You know, this guy doesn't even fucking drink. He's a weirdo. You see what I'm saying here? So it's really just about buying, right? Now, I realize that if you don't go out, this is a little bit hard to believe, okay? Because when you don't go out, probably anything I would tell you is hard to believe. You can watch all my different infield footage, and still it couldn't be happening, and you know, it just doesn't make any sense. There's some other explanation for it. But what I'd suggest to you is that if this is hard to understand, start going out. And look, does this mean not to dress well or never to go to the gym? I don't know. I'm dressed in fucking Hugo Boss jacket right now. I'm in the gym 4 days a week. I love to work out. I like to look good. I like to look good for me and because it feeds into my values. And, you know, maybe on some level, I guess that's cool for the girls too. But really, it's just about having a good time, just self-respect, okay? But then again, have I gone out dressed like shit before and made out with girls? Hell yes. I'd pull girls when my beard was out of control, my hair was looking scraggly, when I'm fat, all that different kind of shit. And you wanna know what? Because I felt good about myself at the time, I did well, right? So that's what's so important. The last thing that I'd say to you is, when I tell you things like, you know, buy into your own values and other girls will buy in, some guys will tell you different, okay? For example, in this very video, you can look in comments and some guys will say, okay, nice little spiel about buying into your own values, but if you're fucking fat, the girl's not gonna like you, even though I fucked plenty of girls when I weighed 205 pounds with a 42-inch gut. Okay, well, what I would say to you is don't worry about that because you have to see it for yourself. This phenomenon of people's reticular activation shifting, particularly women shifting based on the way that you're coming across, based on the fact you're not a tryhard, based on the fact that you buy into your own values and you draw her into your frame, it's very hard to understand, and a lot of people will not understand it because they don't go out or they didn't persist long enough, and that's fine. Meanwhile, my sex life this year was incredible, just like every other year, and the reason that I was able to do that, the reason I was able to have the fun that I had in the past several years was because I bought into my own values, I bought into my own attractiveness, and basically just didn't try hard with the girls, but still was very persistent, push for the close. I'm a closer, but I'm not a try hard. Just be me, realize that the girls' reticular activation system will shift towards my better qualities. And because of that, just through my firsthand experience, I know that it works. I know that it works in my students, and I know that it will work for you. But again, don't worry if other people don't believe it because this is not understood in the mainstream. It's expected. And don't worry if the group think doesn't agree with you. Go try it out for yourself, okay? So, that's my little spiel on how reticular activation system is shifted based on you being yourself. Okay, so remember, when you're that try-hard, nervous dork, or you're negative or whatever it is, you're getting all your negative attributes being noticed by the girl, but when you're just being you, self-amused guy, the way we teach you in RC, all your positive attributes are being noticed. And in a relationship, when you know who you are and what you value, you're drawing her deeper and deeper into your value system, and you're getting her more and more into you.
They do this in Brazil, right?
Look at my long flowing locks. Look at that shit. Use the best conditioner in the world. It's like, look at your muscles, the Heart of Beast. It's like I should be the fucking model for the Heart of Beast line. Let's look at that shit. You work so hard in the gym. Man, I can't even handle it. It's like you just work so hard at everything you do. Oh, you go out at night. I don't wear cologne. It's like pheromones is coming off that shit. I don't even know why I use deodorant and shit. God damn it, I'm so smart too. It's like everything I say is just like gold. It's coming out of my mouth. Sometimes I forget how amazing my jawline looks. I should probably shave my beard and just show off that chiseled jawline a little bit more. The aquiline nose. It's broken, just makes me more attainable. Love that shit. God damn, just everything about me. Those sideburns even. You need some real balls to pull off sideburns like that.
This is why, as a guy, you have to come into your own and you want to find out what your strengths are and you want to play to your strengths, and then the woman's reticular activation system becomes focused on you. Okay, it becomes attuned to your values. And when you're with your girl, you just bring her into your world, a world that you're very comfortable in, a world that you're very successful in, a world that you're very in alignment with, and you draw her into that, both from the initial approach, but also in the relationship itself. And as you do that more and more, the girl just gets more and more deeper into it. She loves you more and more, she's more connected to you, she's more attracted to you, and she views you as the hottest guy she's ever seen. And every other guy's not as good looking as you, and every other guy's inferior to you because her selective perception has changed.